Hey everyone, welcome to the Hero Life Show. Welcome, Paulie.
Happy to be here.
Great, great to be together. So we wanted to bring up a really great topic today because it's something quite pertinent to many of our clients. It kind of revolves around sleep and what time they go to bed at night. And to just take a step back from that is to look at what they're doing before they enter their bedroom. And so, specifically, we want to talk about gaming and binge watching TV or YouTube, or probably scrolling on your phone. And one person in particular, we wanted to just pick up this topic about the addiction to gaming because it's meaning that he is not getting the sleep that he wants, which means his mornings he's more tired, which means his work suffers because of the productivity output being reduced because he's so tired. So looking at what solutions are in place for someone that has a passion for gaming, borderline obsession with it, what are solutions to shift the narrative around that and how to take action to enjoy what he's doing, but also to consider what's going to be of most benefit. So, Paulie, what are your thoughts around that, and what have you done in terms of supporting people with this kind of topic?
Well, I was actually really keen to know what your thoughts were, but
Okay,
let,
I'm ready. I'm ready to riff on something.
you go for it, and I'll chime in as I see fit.
So, I've found just in my own experience, because of course, like there are many times throughout this last year, so it's been nearly 6 months, um, where I'm on a 1 month one book a month challenge.
Yeah.
And for someone who hasn't been a serious reader for the last 38 years, it's quite a challenging undertaking, especially with the length of the books that I tend to be choosing.
And how are
So
you going about doing that?
I try and read on a daily basis. And
Right.
to me, consistency is key, but also asking the question, because sometimes I would prefer to do so many other things. I don't game, but let's just use that as an example. Like, if my passion was to do gaming, but I had a commitment to do something else, a great question to really ask, and I kind of alluded to it, it might not be what's going to be of most benefit, but what's going to serve the vision, the purpose, and the intention that I set out to achieve. And for me, it was like to read a book a month. So just knowing that that was my purpose through each month, it just makes it easier to know where to spend my time and how to use my energy. Because if I keep on putting off the pages, then clearly I'm going to have to cram it towards the end of the month. And that just means more time being spent away from doing even more things that I love.
Mm.
So to me, it's about like a daily practice. And even if that's not the case, because of course I don't always get it right each day, but when I'm like toing and froing between what I should do, I actually just take a moment and I just kind of like sit and I think about like, what am I wanting to achieve? Like, what is my intention? What's my aim? And usually that gives me like the clarity of what to do. And again, it just goes back to like, once you just start doing the thing that you should be doing, things just start rolling. So it's never like, oh, I need to read 10 pages or 20 pages or a chapter. It's like, if I just start by reading a few sentences, it just flows. So that was the solution I really offered this client, because I didn't want to make it too outrageous. It was more like, tonight, can you give yourself a moment before pressing play, before picking up the controller, and just asking yourself, does this align with the person that you want to be, the dad that you want to be, the sleep that you want to have, and a list of other questions that he told me he wants me to hold him accountable for. And so I'm really excited to know how it goes, but that would be a solution that's worked for me. What about you?
Yeah, it's a great solution, and I think being able to replace one habit that you may not find to be particularly constructive for you with another that is going to be constructive is a wonderful process. Another thing that has come up with me in guiding a client in the Hero program has been a lot of mindless television watching once his wife has gone to bed. You know, we got talking about what he watches, and I asked him, and he's like, some Australian drama, but he's like, it's not even the point. I don't some ridiculous Australian this, that, and the other that he doesn't even think is that good. But the point is it's his time. It's
Mm.
time for him to be on his own and take ownership of it. And that was like such a profoundly powerful kind of statement to make, because all of a sudden it made that act not about the act. It made it about the meaning behind the act. And if you can extract the why behind why you're doing certain things, then you have the freedom to be able to apply that why to something more constructive in your life.
Mm.
So if let's say he replaced watching, I don't know, Blue Healers, reruns of Blue Healers,
Vintage.
with going for a really nice walk around the block on his own, and airing his head out and being able to have some powerful mindful moments with himself, or journaling to be able to really get some insight into where he is now and where he wants to be in the future. All of a sudden he's maintaining the why, but doing something really, really powerful with it.
Yeah, it's amazing how simple things can be when we just kind of riff on topics like this, because everything that's been suggested here is just something that can take really no time at all to activate, but can really shift the energy, the direction of how you spend your time. I know it's worked for me, and I know that I struggle at times too. And that's why, like, my wife, Romy, she's like my accountability partner, because she'll question me, is this, how you want to be spending your time? And sometimes I'm like, yes, this is exactly how I want to spend my time. And sometimes I'm like, you're actually right. Maybe I could be, prioritizing other things. And I think an accountability coach, accountability buddy is just so valuable. And I think just taking a moment and asking yourself, like pausing and reflecting and asking yourself these questions about what your why is and what your intentions are, can really change, the narrative that's going on, and change what happens next. So test it out and let us know how you go.
Thanks, Dan. I think that was a really, really insightful journey.
Thanks, Polly.